Well, this isn't what it looked like in the brochure. I think my KX3 grew another appendage. Well, actually, it's this little guy. This time on K6UDA radio, we're going to talk about the QRPworks Sidecar. And if you're a CW op, and if you're a mountain topper, this thing just may be for you. Don't miss it. This time on K6UDA radio. So it's a whole new year, and we got a whole lot of new shows for you coming up this year. Man, I'll tell you what. As 2017 kind of came in, so did 5000. That was awesome. The game is on, guys, and I'm getting a ton of entries into the KX2 giveaway. And I gotta tell you, some of these videos that I'm getting are fantastic. I am absolutely in love with the creativity and the humor that you guys are putting into these things. And I'll tell you what, the judging is gonna be hard. It's gonna be like freaking Food Network, Nat's Hair, whatever. But anyway, keep them coming. You got one more week to get your entry in for the KX2 giveaway. You know what? I really screwed up, and there was a review that I promised you guys, and I just spaced it. I never did it. So nice. So before we get underway with 2017 stuff, I got to clear up one deal here. There was a review that I didn't do in 2016 that I promised you guys, and we're going to clear that up. I'm going to do that right now, and then we'll jump into all the new stuff coming for 2017. This is something I've been holding back on way too long, so I'm starting the year off with a review of the QRPworks Sidecar. The Sidecar is a simple little device that attaches to your Elecraft KX3. Very simple to use. It has inputs that hook up to the rig, to your PC, and power. It has an on-off switch, and what it enables you to do, oh yeah, and a USB keyboard you can attach. What it does is it enables you to get 2 lines of text, recallable, and tons of messages that you could store on the thing to make CW operations in the field really, really easy. The guys over at QRPworks also included this really cool little wireless keyboard that fits in my pouch. Included are a set of cables. This one is it's a splitter for power to the KX3 and the Sidecar. The second cable is just simply a data cable from the KX3 to the Sidecar. Now, you backpackers and mountain toppers out there, pay close attention, because this thing is about half the size of the Elecraft PX3. The Sidecar weighs in at 5.3 ounces, while the PX3 weighs in at a whopping 12.7 ounces. Shaving off ounces and inches is what it's all about when you're hiking in and you're carrying a load with you for several miles or up several thousand feet onto a mountaintop. And you can see just what the differences are exactly in the measurements of these two machines. Unlike the PX3, the Sidecar actually attaches to the KX3 with an extended screw hook, and it uses the bottom screw in there to secure it to the bottom. Basically, it makes it all one unit, which is really, really handy when moving around in the wide open spaces. Hooking it up is really no trouble at all. The cables fit perfectly from the from the Sidecar to the KX3, and you can see the power cable plugs in on both sides, and you're ready for external power. Turning it on is as easy as flipping a switch, and it gives you a kind of a really quick thing that says it's connected to the KX3. Now the optional keyboard here with a little wireless dongle that fits right into the side of the Sidecar, just like any US keyboard would, is very, very easy. It works perfectly. I was surprised how easy that thing hooked up. I mean, there was no drivers, no nothing. Here's an example of one of 20 configurable messages that you could store in the unit. Now the Sidecar doesn't actually decode CW. The KX3 is doing the decoding, and as you can see on the left, the same text is coming back between both of them. You can answer back, and you could carry on a quick little QSO with just touching buttons. You could put in multiple lines, and basically you could rag chew if you want, just pushing buttons here. It's kind of fun. Now, using the QRPworks message management utility, you can assign up to 200 different messages and macros in 10 different groups and write them to the Sidecar very, very quickly using the KX3 USB cable. Using the Sidecar for contesting or during pileups is really nice, thanks to what they call the grab and go feature, where you manually enter in a call sign using the keyboard, or you can use the paddles, and you can assign that to a macro. Hit the macro, it enters the other guy's call sign in and puts that message right out there very quickly. The rig has its own rig status. The Sidecar voltage can show up. It's got the serial number in there. You can do virtually anything to the Sidecar manually using the two buttons and your keyer to enter stuff in. All right, so what's my overall impression of this thing? Pretty favorable. It is, I'll tell you what, if you're a mountaintop guy, if you're a serious backpacker, if you're a soda guy who is climbing more than a couple of 100 feet, and you're camping with a backpack, this thing is really, really cool, especially if you're a real CW guy. Unlike you real CW guys, I was very attracted to this because I thought that this was going to be one of those kinds of things that let me cheat at CW. And actually it doesn't. So for me, it's fun to play with, but it's not going to take the place of actually learning CW, learning how to do it, which is going to be a long and arduous journey for me, but at some point I will get it. Now, the things that I'm not so wild about with the Sidecar, it's operated by itself here with two buttons, and unless you're really practiced at it, the two buttons are a little bit confusing. It would have been nice to have a third button in there that would just automatically toggle through the messages that you have, so you could just pick out the messages, show it on the screen, and make it work. Now, that's kind of how it does work on its own, but you have to know the button press sequence to get there. The other thing that I'm not so wild about with this is this little tab down here at the bottom. And I get it, the little tab has to be there in order for this to be stable on the KX3 and basically turn it into one locked in unit where it doesn't flip over or spin. The problem with this thing is not in the operation, but it's in the packing. This requires me basically to have something that's much wider than the body of the Sidecar to put it away. And that's a little thing. I get it. It's a tiny little thing, but when you're packing stuff and you're trying to be really space efficient, having something that would fold completely flat in here would be a big help. And if there would be a way that they could figure out to hinge this or do something so this could fold out of the way, that would be a really big help. It's not quite as bright as the KX3. It's a little tiny bit harder to see. It's not bad out in sunlight though, but it is in darker conditions a little bit harder to see than the KX3 itself when the light is on it. Now we get to the nuts and bolts of this thing. Price. And in anything, price is always a consideration, and I get it. Now, Elecraft sells this assembled, the PX3. They sell this thing assembled for, what is it, $600? $599 assembled. $500 as a kit. But because this only comes assembled, I'm going to evaluate this as an assembled piece. And so we're looking at $600 for the PX3 here, assembled and ready to go. QRPworks sells this by itself for $259 online at QRPworks.com. And if you want this handy little wireless keyboard with it, the whole package is going to cost you $289. So you're roughly half the weight, half the size, and half the price to get this little QRPworks Sidecar. If your main thing with your portable rig is running this thing on a mountaintop and you're backpacking in, and that is your biggest thing, no question about it, this is your guy. If you're like me, and most of my portable operations are done from a picnic bench, sitting around on a beach somewhere far off, or out of my motorhome, I'm kind of going to stick to the PX3 here because I own it. Just, frankly, because I already own the thing. And I get 2 lines of text out of it. I can plug in my USB keyboard. I get the nice big color display, and I've got, and I've already got my my pan adapter on here. But if you're looking for ultimate portability, if you're looking for a bargain, half the price of a PX3, I highly recommend this thing. You can't go wrong either way.
Hey guys, it's Wendy, KK6HSK here, and I'm with my buddy Bob, K6UDA, and this year we're trying something new. Hope you like it. This week's propagation report is nearing a solar low, so propagation really sucks. Long path conditions have been weird lately. Brief times where DX is strong. Hey, I'm up here. Thank you. Times where DX is strong, and minutes later, there's absolutely nothing. So just the other day, before 7 a.m. on 40 and 80 meters, we didn't have anything. And then 15 after, we had all kinds of signals going on. That's great. You 20 and 17 meter guys on the West Coast should be able to talk to the guys in the Midwest. There are some solar winds activity that can cause some issues for the HF guys out there this weekend. SFI numbers are low, around 71 today. A index is 16, K index is 4, 80 to 40 is poor during the day. Fair at night. 30 to 20 is fair, and then 17 to 10 is very poor. VH bands are closed, and EME is kind of good. That's your propagation report this time. I'm Wendy, KK6HSK. See you later.
You know, I feel the need for a little viewer mail. Ruby H writes, congrats on 5,000 subs, Bob. You did it. Looking forward to more great videos in 2017. I noticed that for the most part, your videos with the most views all featured beautiful women. I hadn't noticed.
So if you like our video and you want to see more of me, hey, my eyes are up here. Subscribe to K6UDA Radio. Bob and I would love to see you back.
So guys, I guess you've met my buddy Wendy, and Wendy's going to be helping me out a little bit, aren't you?
Yes.
Yeah. So look for Wendy from time to time here on K6UDA, and hey, you know what? She's not cheap. So
No, I'm not cheap.
so consider going to my Patreon page and becoming a patron on Patreon. You could do it for as little as $1 a month, and it'll really help things out here on the channel.
Absolutely.
Yep. Wendy needs to eat.
I'm a growing girl.
And you know what? I still got T-shirts for sale if you want to buy one of these cool T-shirts. Don't these things make guys look cool?
Oh, they're so sexy, baby.
There you go.
I love them.
There you go. Order yourself a T-shirt. Let's see. Anyway, guys, again, share it on Facebook, like, subscribe, talk about it in your ham radio clubs. Talk about this one on your ham radio clubs. She's going to come bring you the solar weather from time to time, and you know what? Maybe some other stuff, whatever else you want to talk about.
Maybe I'll be here.
Yeah.
Subscribe to us.
Anyway, guys, I'm Bob.
I'm Wendy.
And we're out of here.
See you later.
7-3.
Remote system linked.